fight. Last shot, last chance, and I'm alright. I don't need your ass. Keep on playing games and I'ma leave your ass. Hey, I'm falling off without you. When I'm off the AO, I don't think about you. I can do the fade love, my heart don't know how to. You just make me hate myself when I'm around you. These ain't growing pains. You just act the same. I can't take this change, baby, please.
Girl, I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. Girl, I got too much on my mind. Girl, I got too much on my mind. 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 So I know you, baby, please, no games. Girl, I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my plate. You just wanna know I'm tired. I just need some talk space. I just need another day. Need to find another way. Girl, I used to play some sports, but I'm sick of all the guys. Now I'm caring about your plans. Girl, I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm just doing what I can. It's big about it, like your chance on your mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games.
One night, one drink, one dance, now it's one fight. Last shot, last chance, and I'm alright. I don't need your ass. Keep on playing games and I'ma leave your ass. Hey, I'm falling off without you. When I'm off the AO, I don't think about you. I can do the fade love, my heart don't know how to. You just make me hate myself when I'm around you. These ain't growing pains. You just act the same. I can't take this change, baby, please.
Girl, I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. Girl, I got too much on my mind. Girl, I got too much on my mind. 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 So I know you, baby, please, no games. Girl, I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. I got too much on my plate. You just wanna know I'm tired. I just need some talk space. I just need another day. Need to find another way. Girl, I used to play some sports, but I'm sick of all the guys. Now I'm caring about your plans. Girl, I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm just doing what I can. It's big about it, like your chance on your mind. I got too much on my mind these days. Still be dealing with your mood swings. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games. I got too much on my mind. Sorry about you, baby, please, no games.
One night, one drink, one dance, now it's one fight.
God damn, I just spilled all my guts there and everything, and no one could hear that. Anyway, he was on mute. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No? Can you hear me now? Let me check my mic here. There. I was just saying how awesome all you people were, man. Oh my God, you're okay. So Divine is writing down as you check in. Want me to read them out? Oh, you're gonna go to YouTube. So Divine will see that. Yeah, please mention your boat number. If you don't know it, your name. I've got your boat numbers there. I'll leave that on there while I'm talking. Let me take this thing off. I just spilled my guts to everybody. And I was just saying, I'm at the Canalta right now. We just left the Ag Barn 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. That was a good event today. 95 boats were out there. We learned a bunch of things about this catch, photo, release system. It's good. The scrutinizing takes time, especially if it's not coming through the right way, like the ideal way. And I was saying there when I was on mute that we're going to hold this event. This is more an elite event. You know, this is $500 a team. This is a championship. We're going to hold it to higher standards. So it's very important that I'm not going to take too much of your time this evening, but we're going to go through the process and do it right. We had an hour-long rules meeting yesterday. For those of you watching right now that were part of the competition today or watched the rules meeting yesterday, still didn't get the requirements exactly the way it should be. And there is a reason why these requirements are in there, because we're trying to preserve the integrity of the competition. You know, not that anyone's going to cheat, but you're trying to like have multiple layers to ensure that everyone is satisfied that these fish were actually caught today, caught and released, and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So, yeah, we've got pretty good 42 teams. If you haven't paid yet, there might be a hand. Is there 2 or 3 that haven't yet? We got a couple of late entries. Yeah, this is pretty good. So Divine is getting it there. Everyone's here. I'm going to go through it. We're going to get that process down. We're going to get the catch, photo, release process down. Get this going here. I'm going to have the rules up here too. So let me pull the rules up. I'll just go through it quickly. That's your boats there, Divine's checking. Divine's got that. Yeah, it was a good day today. The cutoff, top 25, if you weren't there, the top 25 cutoff was 27.5 inches. Yeah. 27.5, 27.25. Yeah, 27.5. No, 27.5. 27.25 got you nothing. Got your dick all because like the bite is holy smokes. It must be on. Okay, so here's the rules. There you are. I don't have a ruler on me. It's in the car. But if you saw, I should have brought a ruler up. Oh, it's been so long. It's a long day. That ruler, well, we'll go through it here. 2-person team, only 2 people in the boat. I'm sure you guys know that part. It's catch, photo, release. It's $500. Like I said, if you still owe me money, please pay up. Some people are bringing cash tomorrow. Please bring that cash. Cool stuff. You will get a boat tag in the morning. So we're going to have one flight. Only one flight, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you could have that right there. That is the time. It's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I actually am in Selkirk right now, so I shouldn't be rolling up that late, but that's never stopped me before. 6:30, gate should open. There's only 42 teams, like way less than 95, so we should be okay. 6:30, 6:45, probably I'll roll up then if I say that. Anyway, 8 to 4, one flight. Number ordered start, as usual, one at a time. I'll be calling it. This is the rules meeting. Okay, so issue that came up today was boundaries. Boundaries. I had spelled it out yesterday. Boundaries at the West Channel, East Channel, and there's that main channel as well. You got to go by point to point. Point to point, point to point. Where is that photo? Let me see if I have that photo. Just so we'll all be in the same. The green can. You have that in your head, but I really should spell it out here. Oh, I sent it to my messenger. I gotta pull it because that's important. Because if I went by really how I sort of explain it, but I went out there physically today myself. I had the boat in the water. I went out there myself, and I went to see for myself. The green can is inbounds, is how I'm gonna say it. The green can is inbounds. I'm going to put this over to that side. You guys can see this there. If you're talking the main channel, that was a little point of contention today. The northernmost, the southernmost is Lockport Dam, can't go past there. Anywhere else in between that you can access by water, Netley Creek, Cooks Creek, whatever you want to get into, you go fish the slough, yeah, whatever. It's all inbounds all the way to the north. You cannot go on the lake. But the line here, we're going to go with the line B. This is a courtesy of Kyle Slobodian. Thank you. Line B. In the middle of line B there is a green buoy, green can. That is the boundary. That's farthest out you can go. Okay, folks? Like you can, there was a bunch of boats here today too, and everywhere else. But that is the boundary. So just so that's clear, that is the boundary for that. Okay, so I can slow that. If you guys have any questions, just red can. Then we're getting even further and further. Oh, green can. Green can. Anything south of green. We're gonna go green can. That's already a concession, I think, on my end or whatever. We're gonna go green can. Spreads out. There's a little more. Hold a few more boats. Right, it's green can. That's what we're doing. Where are y'all finding your boat numbers? There's boat numbers right there. I didn't put it up yet. It's not anywhere. Like that's there. I'll post it up. But you all get your stickers. That's them right there. Take a picture of the screen, maybe, if you want. Right now, you can take a picture of the screen. That's your boat numbers. Okay. So then I wanted the rules. Oh, that's my beautiful face. We're gonna get into that right now in a second. Exit. Usually these rule meetings are pretty straightforward, but with this catch photo release, and really all the tournaments are a little bit different in how they're doing it. We're all learning how trying to make our way through this right now. This year for the first year of this catch photo release in Manitoba. It's a little bit different. So this rules meeting is important. And we had the rules meeting yesterday. I thought everything was clear. It was a shit show today with a whole bunch of mishmash of what we were getting in. It was all over the place. So hopefully today we'll do it much better. Let's go. That's the boundaries. Boat inspection tomorrow. We are checking for PFDs. Please have safety first. I'm Mustang Survival rep for the Prairie Provinces, but that notwithstanding safety, like it doesn't matter what life jacket you wear. Have the life jackets, please. When you're on plane, have it on. You're down, whatever, trolling motor, speed, or a spot locked or whatever. You can take it off, but have it on. Our volunteers tomorrow will have yellow fluorescent vests helping out. We'll be checking. Have your live wells open and stuff like that. You'll receive a bag. I don't have a bag with me. We didn't bring it up yet. No, we don't have the bags here. But you will have a score sheet in the bag. You will have a gel pen. By all accounts, all these gel pens are working good in the cold this morning. That they're great, they're good. So you won't have an issue there. There is a score sheet. And on the score sheet, all it is, it's for marking down. Like the process will be on the back. Right, Divine? The process for the whole catch release is on the back of that sheet. So you can refer to it. You can look at it. The process is here on this rules here. Like the process is there. So you will have a set of tags, only 1 to 6. This says 1 to 12. It took so long to make these things. We're hand laminating these things. 1 to 6 in there. You catch more than 6. Yes, Divine.
Or they're going to get 7 to 12 if they're the added ones.
You will get a bunch of flashcards in there. It's not so important, really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or whatever. The important thing is that each fish that you submit is different. So if you use up your 6 fish tags already, and these fish tags I'll explain after, they stick onto see, I have to keep switching back and forth. I'm going to go to this slide. They stick onto the fish like that. That's a tag. If you've used them up already, if you've done 6, you've caught 6 now or whatever, for whatever reason, you can just make a combo with your tags. Don't dump these things in the water, please, before you release your fish. Take them back. You can make a combo of 5 and 2 and have fish 52. It doesn't really matter as long as you write that on your score sheet. Fish 52, the length, right, Divine? And what else is on that score sheet? It's just that, right? That's it. At the end of the day, your 4 best, we're taking your 4 best fish that are 55 centimeters plus. You're going to circle your 4 best. If you guys end up catching 12, that like you're going to call yourselves. There's a certain point where if you've already caught 430 inches, the next 28 that comes in, you're not going to have to take a picture of that, right? So don't even bother having that on your phone. And we were getting pictures today sent in when really it was like that boat only caught one fish that could score, and we had 8 pictures and 2 videos. Like there's no need for that. We have to streamline it. It's one hero shot. It is one measurement shot. It is one release video per fish. Then you write down 26.25. Then do it again. Hero shot, measurement shot, release video, 28 inches. Then do it again, and you'll have your 4. And only from one phone number, please. There's 2 of you in the boat only, but only one person is sending it. So I suggest, have your phone fully charged tomorrow, whatever phone you decide to use. We are going to confirm. You can do that in the morning while we're waiting to take off. You're going to send a text to the number that is on your score sheet. There's going to be only one phone number on there. People were sending their pictures to me all day today, and I kept shooting them back. No, it's useless. You send it to me. Nothing's going to happen. I'm not scrutinizing them. I'm only judging it right at the end to verify lengths. So the number that's on your score sheet is going to be a number there. That's what you call. Any emergencies or any random questions, you can ask me. I can even do courtesies for those borderline 55 centimeter ones. It's got to touch 55 centimeters. It'll qualify as 21.75. And there was like 4 or 5 of those today, and they were all good. But if you want to send a courtesy to me in that sense, you can in the morning. But I'm not going to tell you if your thing was a master or not or whatever. That's useless. So, but you guys send those in. That's the process for that. So if you've never done catch photo release here, we always have that left side of the fish sticking out. Just the easiest way is to take a hero shot is to take the fish in your right hand. I don't care if you're left-handed or whatever. You're picking up that fish. That fish's head is in your right hand. Then that left side will always be facing out. There were a few today that were like they were the other way. It has to be that way because that is the same. That's the same side that's going to face up on the ruler, and it's got to be the same way this way too. The left side of the fish is facing up on this ruler. Okay. After 30 years of handling with my left hand, it's like, oh, I was just saying there. I don't care if you're left-handed. I'm left-handed. I know. And if you've been catching fish a certain way, I know. Are you sleeping at the egg bar? I know. We just got home. Yeah, Wyatt. We have to have it consistent that way. It's got to be that way because the bump board starts there, right? Otherwise, it would be like sort of upside down. Like that's, you got to remember that. Head in the right hand. You have to put it in there. And then that's a measurement shot. This is a correct measurement shot. What's important today, we found out, especially there's a reason why, what is the use of that tape at the end there? The tape at the end is consistent on all the rulers. We have 100 of these rulers now. The tape is covering the 35 and the 90 centimeter mark, 35 and a half inch mark. The reason for that is when people send text over SMS, it is random with the cell towers what sends over. It could be a really crisp picture on yours coming on this side. We've had the same, they would send the same photo again. It would be crisp. Sometimes it was blurry, sometimes not. But even if it is sort of blurry where I can't make out the numbers exactly, I can count back because the hash marks are very obvious. Like these inch hash marks are very obvious. I can count back. So I can 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, and go down, and I can still determine your fish because there will be no guessing. We're talking about integrity. I can't guess. And every fish today that I didn't disqualify, there was no guessing involved, even if some things weren't right. If they didn't get the whole end here, if they didn't get the bolts there, there was no guessing. Everything was verified. So if I have to guess, if it gets to that point, that fish will not count, and that would suck for a fish not to count for you. So please have the whole ruler in there. Some people were taking shots at 0.5, like zoomed out even. That worked. I was zooming in and it was working. It was good, right? So hard to get the bolts in photo. I got you, bro. I'm not a good photographer, but I had to take a bunch to get the one with the bolt. It's more of I tried this. I know what you're saying. It's more you're leaning towards the bump part. So some people were doing even though it was like more of an angle or an angle this way or whatever. You got do the best you can. The reason for that bolt is the angle integrity is to make sure that that thing is bumped up right against there because there is an optical illusion if you start swinging the other way, the pendulum too much. You know what I mean? So you got to get those bolts in there because there's penalties. Like I am going to apply penalties. There's 1/4 inch penalties. You'll see it in the rules here. There's 1/2 inch penalties and there's total disqualifications for fish. It won't be your whole bag, but if I have to just not count a fish, it doesn't count. And then you can't replace it. Oh, that didn't count. I have one more in my stash. That doesn't work either. Once you've submitted your 4, that's your thing, right? So that there's no spare ones that you could pull off the bench. Okay. If I go back to the rules, because I'm all over the place again. There is a 25-foot radius. Please respect each other out there. There's a 25-foot radius. It can get tight quarters in all kinds of places out there. The cut or wherever, Sugar Island, the mouth, all that kind of stuff in the creeks. Respect everyone's space, please. What's 25 feet? You guys know what 25 feet is. That's it's a good sized boat around. Safety, no one be drunk, please, and all that kind of stuff. That's all standard. Fishing. There was some stuff here, like whoever people have a card. Well, I can use whatever. I can have like 3 lines or whatever. No, it's you got to obey the Manto angling regulations, even if you have a treaty card or Métis card. It's still for the purpose of the competition. It's 1 line in the water, no barbs, right? Standard rules like that. That's what it is. And the check-in. And this is here now, so let's talk about that. Boats must return to second boat launch area and check in with the check-in boat. So I'll be out there. I'll have Winnipeg Jets flags. It's my boat, my tiller. It's a black Alumacraft across from Selkirk Park boat launch. You guys, bunch of you saw it today. If you didn't, I'll be across there. There's flags there. You'll see me. I'll be fishing most likely. I caught some walleye there today. It was pretty good, and a bunch of saugers. So what did this is a good photo. Divine showing me. I'll show you another one here. That is a good photo. Like it can be done. I mean, there's a serial tag. There's the bolt. There's the end of the ruler, right? And it's bumped up against. We'll talk close about that. Then there's a tag in there. And there's a fish tag. We'll talk about what the penalties are and stuff like that. So what was I saying? Check-in. I'll be there as a flag. So the process is, it was smooth today. You just zoom by. You're not handing anything to me. We're going to lose too many rulers that way if we do it that way. You're just going to pass by. Your sticker is on your port side. That's left side. I see you. Boat 40, you're in, kind of thing. Good to go when you go up to the launch. And then you're going to hand in your ruler and your score bag there. When you drop off your driver, they drop on the mooring dock, they go up. Top of the hill will be somebody there. And then you hand that off. And then you have, pretty much after you check in, you can start handing fish in. Right? Yeah, that's when you want to start handing these fish in or whatever and get it. Can the tail, angler can hold it, get maximum length, pinch it all you want. Right? It's still bumped up. Here's a hold that will screw up your photo, though. A hold that'll screw up your photo is where, how you hold it in the gill, like you're holding the gill. It's on the board now. You're holding it in your left hand. You got it by the gill. You can jack that mouth. That's where the open mouth rule first came into place, because if you jack that mouth open and just the bottom jaw is touching that thing, it will be jacked. And that's the way to do it, is to hold that thing. So sometimes if some people are getting this grip, they're inadvertently doing that, actually. If you have it laid flat and your hand on top, and then you bump up, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be good. You're going to have some open mouths. You're going to have but it's touching, and there's no discernible advantage. There's no discernible advantage when it's like that kind of thing. Because there were open mouths today, but it was good. You know what I mean? Like they're like, if it's really open and it starts like you're really stretching it to get another 1/4 inch or whatever, that's not good, and there'll be penalty. So instead of gaining a 1/4 inch, you lose 1/2 inch. There's a penalty on that. But it definitely, something's got to be touching that bump for sure, for it to not be disqualified. If there's a gap, there's tape now on that ruler. Divine had that photo there, whatever. There's tape. If I can see that tape space between the fish and the bump, if I can see tape in between there, then that fish won't count. They got to be bumped up against. If you have to check your photos first, like we want the fish back in the water as soon as we can, of course. But if you want to do a cursory check to make sure, and especially on the bigger fish or whatever, make sure you got a good photo. Get it there to avoid as many penalties. Again, it's not my goal to disqualify anything out there, but you gotta keep it good. What is this one?
That's the same one. This one, I wonder if I'm sure.
Yeah, that orange tape. The tape's not as good there, but yeah, there's no gap in between there. See that? There's no gap, so that's good. Like I said, the 55 centimeters. If it touches 55 centimeters, it's good, and that'll be a 21.75. You're all gonna get a copy. I didn't print out a copy of the weigh conversion. I'm gonna have to post it. You're gonna have to look at it. Yeah, everyone has their phones anyway. The conversion chart will be there. I have it here somewhere. I'll show you that too. There's a conversion chart. It's standard for everybody. Everyone's got the same conversion chart. No one's gonna have a special chart compared to anybody else. So hero photo. Like I said, head in the right hand. Place a fish tag. There is a penalty of no fish. The fish tag is important too. That's another token that's going to be in there. It helps separate all the, especially because we're doing 4 fish now per boat. That really helps us at the end to speed things up that way. Helps for you guys to cull your fish. Slap that fish tag on there. It's good. If someone's taking the photo and you notice there's no fish tag on there, let them know that there's no fish tag in the photo. Like you have to help each other out as a team. Have it in there. Measurement photo, down, mouth closed, tail pinch to achieve maximum hold. Anchor can hold it. Now, the person taking the picture can be anywhere. It doesn't have to, like sometimes it might be hard to stand behind your person to get on top. You can be on the other side of the person and do it. Whatever you want to do, because we can flip that thing around after. You know what I mean? So, however you got to stand. Some people were on the end, and the photo that came in was like long ways where like the head's at the bottom and it's going upwards. That worked. It worked. I can see everything as long as the integrity there of the bump is there. You know what I mean? You're still on top. Whatever. You guys know. Then release video. This is important. The release video has to start from the measurement shot. Your release video, that tells me right off the bat, that's the exact same fish. You're taking your measurement shot. All right, it's 29. You got it? Did you get it? Yeah. Stay there. The person taking the picture goes now to video and start your video. We had endless videos today that were starting from God knows where, up here, starting from like completely different or whatever. You started from there, kind of thing. If you want to give, if that fish has been out, if you feel that fish has been out a while, and it's cold weather right now, stuff like that. They're pretty hardy at the moment. But if it's been out a while, you want to give it a drink, give it a drink. But I need that fish to come back in there, back on the ruler again, put that thing on again if you really had to. But you could do that, or you can go from that measurement shot into your net to give it a drink if you want to, and release it that way. Some people had a high gunnel boat and want to release it from the net. You could do that too. But when you're releasing this fish, you can't just plop it over and dump it in the water. So the video's going. A bunch of videos were great today. From there, you follow the person picks up the fish. You follow that fish down there. Try not to lose sight of the fish. You're over the water now. And the person, you can't dump it. You have to hold the fish in the water. And then ideally that fish will swim off on its own. Angler is not holding the fish. Fish is in the water, not upside down. That's a good video. You could end it. Good to go, kind of thing. There were issues with sending videos. Of course, different phones have different settings. Some people are filming in 4K, everything or whatever. You can have it. Like, I need to be able to, like, do not delete those things. I need to be able to see it after. If I call in, like, that's the really important, but you have to have it. So at the end of the day, I go, who is so-and-so, Johnny, I need to go see that video. Can you pull it up? And I can watch the release video. It's good. And that's okay too. You can try emailing it. Emailing it sometimes goes through for bigger files. But even that, sometimes if the file is too big. Some videos are longer than others because you're trying to let that fish recuperate, right? So some are longer than others. But don't stress about that. It's the hero and measurement 100%. I got to have that in. And then have that release video on your phone. Okay? You got to take that video, though. Got to have it. Because if I review it and then you don't have it or it's not good, then it's DQ'd. And then right after that, record your catch on the score sheet. So you're just writing down the fish tag that was on there. It was 5. Write down the length that you guys measured it at, 28.25. Have it there. And then that's it. And then you keep fishing. And then at the end of the day, you might have 8, 9. Fishing is going good. You might have 15 fish on there. You're going to circle your 4 biggest, and then so you know which ones you're sending in. And it's easy to look on your phone too. The more fish you have, if you only catch bang on 4, it's easy. But when you start getting past that, it makes it harder. We did the catfish tournament, and these numbers were a godsend because now in your phone it makes it way easier. Like nothing is jumbled. You can see those tags. 5 is 5 is 5. There's 3 requirements. 1 is 1 is 1. It's all good to go, and you send them in that way. Makes it way easier for everybody on both ends. Okay, so it's a maximum of 4. The minimum's got to be 55 centimeters. Can't stress that one enough because you'd hate to waste one of your limit on a fish that's not going to count. Okay, I had that conversion chart. Like I said, penalties. Are we rounding up to the nearest quarter inch? Staska is asking. Yes. Now, that being said, it says like if it surpasses a line, it's got to really surpass a line, and that thing is broken down into eighths on the ruler, right? Like it's got to surpass the line well to round up to the next quarter inch. I've been making my own judgment call. You're gonna have to trust my call in it. If I call that it's even on a line, because it might just be microscopically over, that's still on a line because I can't round it up. But if it's going over, it's going over. You trust my call in it. I've done a bunch of these or whatever. I don't think anyone would argue my calls today. But yeah, that's what it is. Okay, we are rounding up. 1/4 inch penalty. No fish tag visible in one or more of either if it's not in the hero, if it's not in the measurement, or it's not on the release video, then it's a 1/4 inch penalty. That's 0.25. If you caught it, that means if you caught a 27-inch fish, that particular fish will score as 26.75 if you receive this penalty. Now, if it was missing in all three, I'm not going to deduct you that 3 times. It's just max on one thing, right? We're all like learning here, whatever. We're going to get used to that process, but that's what it is. 1/2 inch penalty, mouth open. What is mouth open? Like I said, mouth open is like where that thing is really, if there's a discernible advantage from having that mouth open that I determine that it is, you're going to have to trust my judgment on that again. That's a 1/2 inch penalty. Like, it's not disqualifying your fish, but I'm saying, well, no, that thing got to that length because of that. I'm going to minus it. So don't do it. Try and have that mouth closed as much as you can and bump it up against there. No advantage. Some mouths are going to be open, but if there's no advantage to it, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes both things are touching the bump. Sometimes it won't because guys are all wonky. Bigger fish actually have a kite certain ways like this. If there's no advantage, the length is the length. You have to trust me on that. But your fish will disqualify. This is where it really hurts. If no release video submitted, like I said, sometimes it won't send. We found that out today. But you're going to have it on you at the end of the day. So have it. Or an unsuccessful release, like if the fish dies, it's floating and you can't get it to go, then that doesn't count. Not really a problem this time, to be honest with you, unless you're dropping fish or something and bonking them on purpose or something like that. They should be good. We're not catching them crazy deep either. If there's no measurement photo submitted, oh shit, I'm talking about these rules. I don't want to show you guys. God damn it. 1/4 inch penalty, 1/2 inch penalty. Disqualification. It's all spelled here. Measurement photo, none submitted. Photo missing serial tag. So when I say the serial tag, that's not those fish tags. That serial tag is that keychain that's on the end. Now, it happened one. We had 95 rulers out there on the water. One zip tie did fail. They're attached by zip tied. It failed. They found the keychain and they put it back on with the ring. If it comes off, find it, put it back on with the ring on that circle. Kind of thing. But if it's missing in there, it has to be in there so we know it. Like that's just another token. Or if the wrong side of the fish is facing the camera, or the fish is not touching the bump, DQ'd. So just make sure that they're all good to go, like those points. And the hero photo, this like the easiest one of all of them. This shouldn't get you DQ'd, please. Like if you don't submit one, then of course, if the fish is in your left hand, it won't count. I'm gonna have to, like we were letting some go today, as long as I was trying to determine it's the same fish or whatever, and it was. Like some people are only catching one fish anyway. But with multiple catches, especially with a limit of 4, it's got to be very important that get that system down, like fish head in the right hand. And if you're the camera person and the person's doing it wrong, you got to keep an eye. There's 2 of you, 2 brains, 4 eyes checking on that. Or the entire fish is not in the frame. There are some bad photographers out there. I know this. I see these pictures where the tail is cut off, or the person's head is cut off, or the fish is cut off. Have everything in the frame. It's better that it's zoomed out. Like we're not going for Peabody Awards here or National Geographic. Have everybody in there is better than not having everybody in there, right? So make sure everyone's in there. And that should be easy. These are being judged here, like I said, in Selkirk. Everything there, once I do it, it's final. I mean, you can appeal me after or whatever, but I'm sure I'll be able to justify to you why I called something. Pretty confident in that, and we can talk about it after something happens. But I'm pretty confident that you'll see my justification for things. Like I said, my goal is to post these photos after we have our winner there. My goal, I can post and share with anybody all 8 fish that they catch, and people can scrutinize them themselves and see it, right? So tail wag is okay, as in like trying to get the thing maximum length. Now, whatever you got to do to get the maximum length, create individual albums on your phone. That's a good tip by David. For each fish, and name the album according tag number. Easier to sort through when submitting. Yeah, man. With this whole catch photo release thing, there are lots of tips out there, not like the people get the right system going. It is different. It's different. We used to try to keep these fish alive in our tanks, and we had a lot of tips for that. Now we're trying to get the right photos. So yeah, go iPhone. How about that? That's my tip there, is to go iPhone. But no, like there's all these different things there. Like they get the right shots. take multiple or whatever, pick your best ones, delete the other ones, that kind of stuff or whatever. If the fishtail flops a bit in the hero shot. Oh, yeah. I got you, brother. Yeah, I mean, you got to do the best you can because the tail is one of the main parts to try and fish identify. You know what I mean? So you're going to want to get in there. If you get a real flop, like an actual flop, you got to take another one. But, things happen or whatever. Get the whole fish in as much as best you can. Like, really, the hero shot really shouldn't get you DQ'd. That's like honestly, that's like the easiest one. Please. Is a submit phone an iPhone? What? Okay, that. We've got awesome prizes here. Fantastic. We're going to pay out what's on the poster. That's fantastic. We also have a shout out to, I should have got their logo here, to Eastern Chrysler, sponsored, Top Dodge. Eastern Chrysler, fantastic. $250 for the Top Dodge that drops in. And then we also got a prize because Selkirk Dodge sponsored as well, $250. Appreciate you. We're going to do that to the top other domestic. So that's other GMs and other Fords. We didn't get those dealerships helping out. But that's going to go to that. Appreciate it. We got those are cool. And we do have the big fish. Whatever these prices are, the important thing is the tiebreaker, just so everyone knows what the tiebreaker is, because with inches now, and we're going to quarter inch, there's a shit ton of ties. We had a bunch today. Like we had a log jam at 28 inches where there was 6 28 inches caught, 2 29 and a halves, 2 30.25s caught. 30.25 is what won today. 2 of them actually. And there was a 30 inches. There was 3 of them today. So go get them tomorrow. Tiebreaker. In the event of a tie, the higher placing fish will be determined by the next longest fish scored by your team that day. Because that's for the big fish, right? So there is money for big fish. It's $500. Then there's a runner-up prize actually too for $250 for the second biggest fish of the day. So in the event of a tie, your next biggest fish is your tiebreaker. Then if it's still tied, then you go to your third one because we got 4 fish, right? So we're going to keep going all the way so on. Okay, so that's a tiebreaker for that. A little bit different for the main prize pool. If you guys are tied by the end of the weekend, still tied, the higher placing to be determined by each team's next longest scored fish of the tournament. But each team's longest scored fish of the tournament. If your total weight is tied, it goes by your big fish of your team's tournament, and most likely that'll break it. But if not, then you go to your next one too, kind of thing. So that's that. Cool. You're gonna sign a waiver in the morning. That's another important part. There's a waiver to sign in the morning. Everyone's got to sign. I know if you registered online, only half the teams registered online. Everything, other ones are like by phone and stuff. There is a waiver online there too, but everyone's just going to signature. That's liability. That's returning the ruler. These rulers got to come back. What's the fine saying? Most yes, we did it. That waiver is going to get signed in the morning, but we should be smooth tomorrow morning with inspection and all that. Anyone have any questions here? Any questions? I might have missed some at the top here. I mean, you guys are all experienced anglers, but to be honest, catch for release is new for a lot of people, and a lot of tournaments are doing it different. This is how we're doing it. And it was huge having that whole ruler in there. Very important. Like I said, I will not guess, and I'm telling you, when they come on the other side, some of these photos, it's sometimes it's no fault of your own, no fault on our end. It's just how it comes through for whatever sending photos. So I might ask you to send again or whatever, but the easiest way is just to have that whole ruler in. There's a tape at the end there. Have that whole ruler in. And actually helps with any kind of cases where someone would cut a ruler in half, he did a wonky thing, something like that or whatever. It just shows that the whole ruler is in there. So that's that there. I know on our end, send each individually, pick and video. Yeah, man. Yeah. And even break it up with a number after that. Like put your number, that was whatever, fish 1. I guess it'll be in the photo, but just say the inches, breaks it up and send again, which is good. Fantastic. 10-minute delay for Simpson, 20 minutes. If I don't like you, you're getting a 20-minute delay at the end. You're going back. Send all 3 at once, it'll lag out. There you go. Why it's telling us and says like if they were there today, if you're doing it in a block on Messenger, it would, but we're not using Messenger because that thing automatically condenses the stuff. It compresses them. So SMS not as much, but it will lag out, and sometimes it'll just send what it can send. So 1 at a time. Hey, Divine, that's better, actually. We found out 1 at a time. It's a check mark. Okay. I think that's the rules there. Weather's supposed to be great, so should be safe out there. Hopefully, knock on wood, no fog. If there is fog, if we pull up in the morning, there's fog, expect a little bit of fog delay. I can't let you go in fog. We've had it a couple times in the past. So this is like our 5th one all the past. We have had fog days. Hopefully not. So, but if there is, be prepared for that. Be courteous, other boaters out there at the launch and stuff like that. We're not the only ones out there. There's another church group out 11 to 4:30 is their little derby. There's 11 boats out there and stuff. Police each other at any kind of boundary things or not, or at least let me know if someone is completely out of bounds. I would not know. I'm going to be out there boating, so I may or whatever, but there's got to be some self-policing out there. But everyone here is pretty cool. We all know each other, right? What happens if the pictures don't stand after 4 p.m.? Well, that too at the end. At the end. No, you have time. You have until like 4:20?
You have half an hour.
You have half an hour. Check-in is 4 o'clock. So that's important. You will get penalized if you aren't at check-in. You got to be there. And if I see you, like I see you pull in, you're off plane, you're in the line, form a nice orderly line, don't come crashing into the boat. You're in, and I can sort of see if it's already 4 o'clock, 4:01, and you're flying in from Sugar Island. Well, then you're probably going to be a little bit late. There is a penalty. You have until 4:30 to send these pictures in, though. So, don't worry about it. You come in, you check in, you pull off, you go towards the mooring dock. You can start sending there. Get your driver off. They go up, hand in the ruler, hand in the bag. You might need that bag still because the phone number's on there. I found out people weren't sending it. They handed in the bag. And then now they want to send the photos and they don't have the phone number no more. But you can test photo in the morning or test text, please. So the phone number, whatever's in your scoring thing, send a text. This is boat number 5. Test. Answer you. We're good. We're going to be using that phone kind of thing. Right? Cool. Break it up with fish line. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna show the boat numbers again one more time because just so you guys know. But I'm gonna post this up too. I'll post that up on Kickerfish on Facebook, and then I'll put it up on the website as well. If you're not everyone's on Facebook, but that's that there. I believe there won't be a scratch in here, but there might be a scratch in here yet. So we're at 40 for sure. At 40 for sure. There might be 2 I haven't confirmed yet, but yeah, it should be. If they didn't get the pic and you notice it's missing, you could show the phone and try to send it before. Yeah. Okay. And you don't have to send it before 4. Like I said, before 4:30. You know what I mean? Like you fish right till you just got to get there in time to get the check-in. It's just like you're going to weigh in now. Instead of coming in with your fish at the dock to the weighing scale, you're just coming in to send photos. Like you don't have to send it from where you are kind of thing, right? So you have time after the derby's done. Right? 8 to 4. If there's any other questions, I'm going to go hit the hot tub. I got to get some supper. We didn't eat yet. Yeah, send your boat number in the text. If someone didn't watch, this is recorded on you. You can watch it after. If I didn't get you here and you didn't see it, I will be contacting you. You can watch. You'll be watching this after, but not live, kind of thing, right? So, but other than that, people, I thank you. I thank you for joining us. This is our highest count yet, and keep growing. I think I want to keep growing this tournament. I'm thinking this catch release is good. We'll see what everyone thinks tomorrow. If you didn't do it today, you do it tomorrow. Let me know what you think after. But I think we're all getting a good time. There's going to be a lot of fish caught. Like I said, the top 28 fish today were 27.5 inches. Was a top, and there was a bunch more 27s, 26, 25s other than that. So go get them. Go get them, guys. And I'll post up on the website. It already is there, I think, is the conversion chart. If you're curious to see what a 30-incher weighs and the 28-incher is 9 pounds, I think, on my thing. But yeah, other than that, everybody, love you. Sounds good. I'll touch base with everybody here if you haven't paid, just to make sure what's going on. And then Schmitty's going to see me at BP. Yes. All right, Barry. See you in the morning. I will be there at 6:45. I'm not going to promise. That's where I'm going to be there, 6:45. All right.